I've tried it and back it up.
Yeah.
Should be able to do it on Find My iPod.
Yeah.
17 Jacob Broken Park, 18 George Newman, and 19 Rainy Way. 4 more Solihull Moors, involved 13 William Bragg, number 4 Alan Captain, Jimmy Osborne, number 6 Barry Nicholson, number 7 Callum McFarlane, number 8 Sam Bowen, number 10 Colin Wilkinson, number 12 Darren Trish,
relegated to the stands.
Yes.
Better put them on the seats, no table.
29 Barry Stevenson, and number 30 Charlie Watts. The substitute side for Solihull Moors, number 1 Warren Walker, number 2 James Clark, number 16 Alan Tipton, 25 27 Shane Whitehead, 20 William Phillips, and 31 Kyle Mosby. Just to arrange the responsibilities on the kickoff to allow you to access the burger bar, which is the general stand end of the red at the entrance. The main gate will be open to allow you to purchase some food. Thank you.
Okay.
I've got the earphone, I can't find it. Okay, Daz, can you give them a sound check?
Yeah.
Good minute or so.
Okay. Everybody, welcome to Camden Park for this next Cup Group A fixture, Solihull Moors against Everton. Team used for you now, starting with the hosts Solihull Moors, 14 in goal is Rory Brown, 4 in captain Jimmy Osborne, 6 Bradley Nicholson, 7 Callum McFarlane, 8 Sam Bowen, 10 Colin Wilkinson, 12 Bryant Little, 14 Finley Bowen, 26 Taylor French, 29 Bradley Stevenson, and 30 Rory. That was another 21s. I have with number 1 George Pickford in goal, number 2 George Finney, 3 Owen Samuel Smith, 4 and the Everton captain is Rick Stoner, 5 Alex Thomas, 6 Jack Patterson, 7 Ainsley Barclay, 8 Alan Bates, 9 Francis Eccleston, 10 Andy, and 11 Weston Clark. It's Solihull Moors against Everton in the 20 range of Camden Park. We'll have full commentary from your football time of 7 o'clock.
Daz, remember you're live all the time on that?
From now.
Well, no, yeah, the mic is open because I'm switched from up here. We haven't got time to cable it down. Good evening. We do, mate. Time flies when you're enjoying yourself. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Simon, yeah, our comms, Daz on comms is open all the time on the Coles mic because we're only 3 allowed on the gantry, so he's had to move downstairs, as it were. Okay, so I have warned him, so we're switching from up here. No problems. Cheers, mate. just to let you know, we'll go live on the Teams chopper. Half time, I don't think we'll talk about this one too. And that's about it really, you know. Usual game stuff.
No problem, Jim.
Okay, mate. Found it.
Oh, nice.
Look at that.
What about the new table tiles? I think that would be better.
I don't know if I'll get knocked off. I don't know what's...
I haven't even got a little cover or... Funny. Right, problem solving
Need a pair of your tweezers.
there. I've got stickier tape. So that really strong physio tape that might work. Yeah, lots of them.
Oh, of all the places.
Easy to lose out.
Nice. That's all right, mate. No problem. Right, the teams. Yeah. Oh, all right. Here come the teams, Simon. Okay, I wait for the shot.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Damson Park, the home of National League side Solihull Moors for this evening's National League Cup Group A opener. Solihull Moors against Everton under 21s. As the pre-match handshake takes place on this beautiful summer's evening, the sun just gradually going away behind the forest end here at Damson Park. Solihull Moors line up as follows. In goal, number 13, Rory Brown. Number 4 and captain, Jamie Osborne. Number 6 is Bradley Nicholson. 7, Callum McFarlane. 8 is Sam Bowen. 10, Connor Wilkinson. 12, Darius Lipsuk. 24, Finley Holmes. 26, Tyler French. 29, Bradley Stevenson. And 30 is Charlie Watts. Everton under 21s line up with George Pickford in goal. Number 2, George Finney. Number 3, Odin Samuel Smith. Number 4, and the captain, is Will Tamer. 5, Aled Thomas. 6, Jack Patterson. 7, Kingsford Boakye. 8 is Callum Bates. 9, Francis Okoronkwo. 10, Isaac Heath. And 11, Justin Clark. The referee this evening is Richard Ellie. And his assistants are Mark Bates and Kevin Morris. William Murray is your 4th official. It's a warm, warm evening here in the Midlands for this National League Cup Group A opening fixture. My name's Darren Griffiths. I am the regular commentator for Everton, but this feed, I am aware, is going out to both Solihull Moors supporters and Evertonians alike. So I will do my best at a touch of impartiality just for one night. The vocal end here for the home side is the Jerome's stand away to my left. And it is the hosts who get us underway. George Finney will take this throw in for Everton. Patterson makes himself available, volleys it first time forward. It's a good flick on by Okoronkwo, but the defender had more than a little start on Kingsford Boakye. Manages to force it back to the goalkeeper Rory Brown, who sends it forward down the left hand side, and that'll be another throw in for Everton. Nice little atmosphere here tonight. Finney climbed high, landed awkwardly, thankfully got straight to his feet, but it could have been much worse for the young Everton full-back. Here's Darius Lipsuk, who will want a bit more time on the grass this evening than he got in the National League opener at the weekend, when he was sent off after just 6 minutes. That's a foul. Bradley Stevenson on Jack Patterson. Yeah, Darius Lipsuk on loan at Solihull Moors from Stoke City. Saw red after just 6 minutes against Forest Green at the weekend, and so the 2-2 draw that Solihull Moors got against Forest Green can be labelled a decent result, given that they had 10 men for the vast majority of the contest. No co-commentator alongside me this evening. It was a late shout to actually get me on board, as Patterson can only direct his pass out of play over on the far side. Good header, Will Tamer. He's done well, Will Tamer, since he came to Everton from Burton Albion. He was plodding along really well in the under-21s last season when he picked up a nasty injury. It curtailed his progress, but he's a natural born leader, and that's why he's got the armband on tonight. Bradley Nicholson has clearly got a long throw on him. Wow, hasn't he just? In it goes. What an assist that would have been. A prodigious chuck from Nicholson. It was a glancing header from McFarlane. And Everton will have to be wary of that, that's for sure. There's long throws, and that was in the Rory Delap class, that. Justin Clark. Heavy touch, hands possession back to the Midlanders. And then Kingsford Biake. Oh, just couldn't get there ahead of Bradley Nicholson. Fair play to Biake though, he chases it down. Okoronkwo, Biake. Nicholson sends it forward. Aled Thomas should get there first and sweeps the ball out of play with the outside of his foot. Fresh from training with the first team over in the United States of America, Aled Thomas. He was with us every step of the way, New York, Chicago and Atlanta. Didn't get any game time on the pitch. I'm sure he'll have got an awful lot from the experience, young Aled Thomas. Progressing nicely. Here we go again. The nearest Solihull player is at least 50 yards away from Nicholson. Goodness me. The keeper's under real pressure. Headed away by Thomas. What a potent weapon that is. Every throw-in's like a corner. The ball's still inside the penalty area and George Pickford falls gratefully on the ball inside the 6-yard box. But wow. Take a bow, Bradley Nicholson. Here's Jack Patterson. Sloppy from Will Tamer. He gets a challenge in and wins a throw in up against the skipper, Jamie Osborne. Solihull Moors finished 14th in the National League last season. Pretty similar season to Everton in that respect. That's a good run. It's not the worst ball either. Everton under pressure here inside the penalty area. Tamer sticks out a long leg and George Finney clears his lines. Osborne keeps it alive for Solihull Moors. Little clip back across the penalty area. Osborne with the shot. Appeals for handball. Jack Patterson puts his hands to his face. I think he's trying to be cute there, Jack Patterson. And I think VAR would have had a look at that. It was struck well by Osborne. Jack Patterson, I think he was protecting himself. And it came at him with pace. I think it certainly struck his arms. Whether the intention was there or not, whether they were in an unnatural position, difficult to see. Haven't got the benefits of replays here at Solihull Moors and the danger passes. Callum Bates feeds it wide on the right-hand side to Finney. Finney sends it long for Okoronkwo. The flag stays down momentarily and then it goes up. Here's Okoronkwo. Finley Holmes, nice little first touch that. Bowen. Osborne. Picked up by Biake. Patterson takes control but can only feed the ball into space. Rory Brown belts it forward. The flag's up on this near side. Poor play from Everton at the back. Holmes again. Needless to say, Bradley Nicholson comes over to this near side, and why wouldn't you? To put the ball right inside the Everton 6-yard box. Good header, Okoronkwo. He's going to be needed at the back, that's for sure, and there he is again. Almost fortuitously found Buyaki. Cross comes in from Nicholson, and it cannons off George Finney and rolls through to George Pickford. Yeah, Francis Okoronkwo quite clearly is going to be needed to do a defensive shift as well tonight. It's not the tallest Everton under-21 side I've ever seen. And again, a little bit wasteful. Osborne finds Holmes. Holmes going to test Odin Samuel-Smith for pace. Oh, what a goal that is! Well, neither Odin Samuel-Smith or George Pickford were expecting Finlay Holmes to shoot from there, but the teenager has smashed a superb finish into the top corner of the net. He gave himself half a yard, he pulled the trigger, and George Pickford had no chance. That's a fine, fine goal, and it gives Solihull Moors the lead with 8.5 minutes on the clock. Lovely finish. The Solihull coach Matty Taylor applauds that effort. I remember back in December 2006 being at Fratton Park when Matty Taylor scored an even better goal like that for Portsmouth against David Moyes' Everton in the Premier League. Cracked it from near the halfway line and it sailed over Tim Howard and into the back of the net. Portsmouth beat Everton by 2-0 that day at Fratton Park. Finlay Holmes was a bit closer than that then, but it was still an unerring finish from the young man. And it all started when Everton gave the ball away. They've got to be better with their passing. Here's Justin Clark. The first chance he's had to run against his marker. Skips past him, but again the touch is a little bit too heavy. And Solihull Moors can tidy up. Here's the man of the moment, Finlay Holmes. Tamer does well to get there before Stevenson. But again, Everton give the ball. Paul Tate will be absolutely livid at the way Everton are giving the ball away here. Rory Brown's clearance goes out for a throw-in by the corner flag. Joined Solihull Moors from Irish side Coleraine. Young boys are struggling in the heat here at Solihull Moors. Just can't get a foothold in the game at the moment. It can often be the case when it's a men against boys situation. There are some experienced campaigners in this Solihull Moors side who know what the game is all about. It's a tough competition for the under-21 teams, which is exactly why they go in it. Same with the EFL trophy. All part of the learning curve. Jeremy Osborne stands over the ball. Jamie Osborne, rather. Towards Nicholson, headed away by Tamer. Hooked cleverly back into the danger zone. Offside flags up. More danger for Everton. Osborne again will preside over this set piece. The big guns are up from the back. Tyler French is in there. Dry slip, sucks up as well. Danger. Pickford deals with it well. Decisive goalkeeping from George Pickford. And for the benefit of our Solihull Moors viewers, George Pickford is no relation whatsoever to the first team and England #1. Again, French makes his way forward. Lipsuck as well. Tall figure of Connor Wilkinson, 6'3", looming near the penalty spot as well, as Nicholson sends another belter in there. Again, Okoronkwo heads it away. Osborne, first time shot, that was on its way. So is that. Not a million miles away. Well, the first one was blocked well by Jack Patterson. The second one fizzed past George Pickford's left-hand post. And Everton really are on the rack here.
Sorry, got you there. Yep.
That's Solihull Moors, trailing by 0-0, and unable to get any sort of possession, meaningful possession in the attacking zone. Struggling really to get out of our own half thus far. Test of character this for the young Blues, but there's some game kids out there. Pickford sends it forward. Good job by Buakia. He's conceding a good few inches to Nicholson, but he had some spring on him then. Holmes. Isaac Heath picks it up for Everton. Buakia, nice little pirouette. George Finney provides the overlap on the right hand side. Buakia rolls him in. Finney skips past the challenge. This is better.
Sorry.
Ben Tamer. Will Tamer, rather. Patterson. Well, won by Alan Thomas, picked up by Finlay Holmes. Stop giving free kicks away, somebody just shouted in the royal blue jersey, and I think he's got a point. Because Jamie Osborne is more than useful from dead ball situations. And it comes from Osborne. Too deep. And George Finney can bring it away for Everton. Off goes Isaac Heath on a forward run. Well, George Finney spotted the run, but just overhit the pass. Samuel Smith. Tamer beats McFarlane in the air. Finney picks up the loose ball. Back in field to Tamer. Patterson. Samuel Smith. This is what Everton have got to do. Just keep the ball for a little bit. Pass the ball to a blue jersey. Get the confidence back. Buakia. Corner for Everton. Better.
Sorry, it's not for me, Simon.
Alan Thomas, Will Tamer go forward for the corner. Not exactly flooding the penalty area with players, Everton, from this right-hand side corner kick. In it comes, aimed towards Tamer, wins it, across goal. Nobody there inside the penalty area. Could have done with a few more bodies in there. Patterson will put it back in the danger zone. Just a little clip ball. Alan Thomas heads it gowards. Good save by Rory Brown, but this is better from Everton, and that is significantly the young Blues' best moment of the game so far. Nice ball in from Patterson, well met by Thomas, and Rory Brown, the former Coleraine and Wolves goalkeeper, had to be on his toes to just guide it over his own crossbar. Everton will try again. Again, Tamer the target. This time Nicholson wins it. Tamer keeps it alive, and it's flicked against the crossbar by Isaac Heath. And at last, Everton are starting to ask some questions and apply a little bit of pressure. They're good corners, these, from George Finney. Will Tamer met it well again at the back stick, and Isaac Heath, with a clever flick, was very unfortunate to see it strike the woodwork. Thomas has kept that alive. No, he hasn't. Well, after two good corners, George Finney's third corner drifts harmlessly out of play. But I'm sure Paul Tate and his staff will be relieved that Everton are at least now starting to pose a little bit of a threat to Solihull Moors. The hosts still leading by that goal to nil. And if you missed it, catch it later, it was some goal. Finlay Holmes, the goal scorer. Good header, Tamer. Picked up by Callum Bates. Now it's with Samuel Smith. You have to say, for all Everton have been a little bit wasteful, the pressing from Solihull Moors has been excellent. They haven't given the young Blues in possession a moment's peace. Holmes against Bouaké. Bouaké gets there. Got Isaac Heath in support if he wants him, and he does. Callum Bates. Isaac Heath, all the way back to Pickford. It's a good knock. Again, good positioning from Rory Brown, experienced goalkeeper, alerted the danger. Holding Samuel Smith. Back to Thomas. Tamer. Isaac Heath. It's a great ball from Isaac Heath. Good little take as well by Justin Clark. They've swapped wings. Justin Clark trying to dance inside the penalty area. Still going Justin Clark, just ran out of space at the end. Picked up by Callum Bates. What a crossfield ball though that was from Isaac Heath. Volleyed away by French, picked up by Thomas. Back to Odin Samuel Smith. Well, the young Blues have found their feet in this game, it's fair to say. Nice reverse pass by Bates. Nicholson picks it up for Solihull Moors. That's a good ball into the channel, but Tamer will get there before Stevenson. Oh, Kingsford Boakye. He didn't need to be offside. He was looking along the line. And the experienced Tyler French just instructing his back four, just hold the line. Former Wrexham and Dundee player Tyler French. And Kingsford Boakye stepped right into the trap. Past the halfway point in the first half here. The sun not as ferocious as it was at kick-off time, certainly not as warm as it was when we arrived at Solihull an hour and a half before the kick-off. It really was warm. And the players are going to stop for a drinks break, which I think is perfectly sensible. 24 minutes on the clock. It's been a warm night. Solihull Moors 1, Everton 0. Finlay Holmes with the goal. An excellent strike from outside the penalty area. The quarters marker Odin Samuel Smith and the goalkeeper George Pickford by surprise as it flashed past both of them and into the top corner of the net. Everton have given a decent account of themselves since going a goal behind. The pressing game of Solihull Moors really did unsettle Everton in the opening stages, but it's been more of a contest in the last 15 minutes or so, albeit that the National League side are still a goal to the good.
Jim Simon, I'll cut comms at the half-time whistle and then reboot him at the start of the second half, yeah? Yeah, we're okay now.
Solihull Moors have got two tough away games on the horizon for themselves in the National League. Sutton United and Carlisle United away from home. I'm sure both Matty Taylor and Paul Tate will use some of their substitutes at some point this evening. Solihull Moors have got the vastly experienced Laurie Walker as their substitute goalkeeper. James Clark, Oliver Tipton, Kean Riley, Shem Whitehall, Billy Corns and Kyle Mosley complete the bench. Fraser Barnsley, Josh Van Shore, Brad Moonan, Luca Davis, Jacob Beaumont Clark, George Morgan and Braden Graham are on the bench for Paul Tate Everton. And play will restart with another Bradley Nicholson long throw, headed away by Patterson, helped on by Clark. Clever ball that, but again Rory Brown's position is good, is it? Oh, just about. There wasn't a great deal in it. It was a lovely ball out of defence and Kingsford Boakye was onto it like a flash. It's Rory Brown just about got his positioning right, just about timed his clearance run right, and just about got to the ball before Kingsford Boakye. Patterson pokes it to Okoronkwo, back to Thomas. Isaac Heath. Thomas again. Good interception. Decent ball as well. Good challenge, Alan Thomas, and it needed to be. Taylor lofts it forward. Now then, Isaac Heath picks it up for Everton. Wide to Boakye. Heath again. Bates. Can't find the blue jersey. It's a heck of a kick from Rory Brown. One bouncing out of play at the other end. They have got the weapons in their armoury to go long, haven't they? Jamie Osborne from direct free kicks, indirect free kicks. Bradley Nicholson from throw-ins, and Rory Brown from goal kicks can put opposition teams under pressure in the blink of an eye. Patterson looks for Boakye. Cross comes French, just nods the ball into touch. Tamer. Callum Bates, Samuel Smith, Patterson. Here's Alan Thomas to Heath. Another player who spent time with the first team in the States, Isaac Heath. He did get a little bit of game time. Justin Clark got a little sniff as well across the Atlantic. Terry Connor, former centre forward, is Matt Taylor's assistant, by the way, here at Solihull Moors. As George Finney sees the space, runs into it. Can he get the ball into the danger zone? Policed by Nicholson. Finney still has possession. Back to Bates. Now it'll come in. Takes a deflection. Headed into the air by Bowen. Patterson beaten to it by Stevenson. And Patterson just a little bit too aggressive in his attempts to win it back. And it's a free kick for Solihull Moors, and we've got just under a quarter of an hour of the first half remaining. Solihull Moors 1, Everton 0. Patterson gives it straight to Stevenson. Stevenson shot is low and lacks power, and Jack Patterson acknowledges the fact that it was his error that led to the opportunity. Alan Thomas for Everton. And Everton have lapsed into their bad old ways here. Stevenson picked up by Patterson. And again, it's given away. Cross is dinked into the penalty area. Stevenson's underneath it. It falls to Holmes, who's already scored one. Across the face of the goal, real chance for Solihull Moors. Good challenge by Will Tamer. Connor Wilkinson will feel when he looks back that he could have tried to take that opportunity a little bit earlier. But once again, it's the home team that's putting the squeeze on. And they're about to do so again with another prodigious throw from Bradley Nicholson. Everton, though, architects of their own downfall again at times this evening. And it comes from Nicholson. Right into the 6-yard box. Headed away by Thomas. Picked up by Osborne. Good interception by Samuel Smith. Kingsford Boakye. Dispossessed by Holmes. Holmes into the penalty area. Cleared by Patterson. Everton hanging on. Tyler French. Here's Charlie Watts. Into the penalty area it comes, and it's gathered safely by George Pickford, who wants to set Kingsford Boakye away down this left-hand side. Lupsic and French between them trying to get there, but Kingsford Boakye does well. The little flick doesn't quite work, but it reaches Isaac Heath nonetheless, and the move is still alive. Get men behind the ball so quickly. Solihull Moors, they're going to be a difficult side to break down in the National League this season. Patterson to Samuel Smith. Again, a good header by Will Tamer. Patterson loses out. Isaac Heath picks it up. Space for Kingsford Boakye. But Isaac Heath plays it back instead to Samuel Smith. And he in turn rolls it back to Aled Thomas. And we've got just over 10 minutes to go in the first half here. In the Midlands, Damson Park, the home of Solihull Moors. And it's the hosts, the National League hosts in the National League Cup, who lead by a goal to nil. Throw in just inside the Solihull Moors half of the field. Nicholson's not perturbed though, we're still going to chuck it as far as he can. Gets the home side another 50 yards or so up the pitch. And now he can put the ball into the penalty area. Nicholson. Headed away by Okoronkwo. Well, he's having a little go at his teammates, Nicholson, and he's probably got a point because all of these throw-ins here are right on the button, and Everton are winning most of them. And I can tell you, off camera, Bradley Nicholson is not happy with his strikers. He's just said then every single one's getting headed away. He can do no more than chuck the ball into the penalty area, into the 6-yard box even. And he's every right to expect his centre-forward to win some of them. Here's Okoronkwo. Good centre-forward play, really good centre-forward play. Brings George Finney in on the far side. Boakye will chase that again with Lipsuk. It's a free kick. Lipsuk just a little bit too aggressive, trying to win possession. Again, change for Boakye, and it's a chance for Everton to get the ball inside the penalty area. We haven't had many opportunities throughout the course of this warm evening, but this is most certainly one of them. Justin Clark is coming across to take it. Ben Tamer is inside the penalty area, joined by Aled Thomas. Okoronkwo's in there as well. But again, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 or 9 Solihull players against 4 Everton players inside the box. Justin Clark plays it short to Callum Bates. Callum Bates to George Finney. Good angle for Finney. Blocked. Picked up by Odin Samuel Smith. Plays it wide to Thomas, and his cross into the penalty area is into the arms of the goalkeeper, and that rare chance to get the ball inside the penalty area is squandered very, very tamely. Callum Bates. Tamer. Outreach Kingsford Boakye. It's a good ball. Boakye, just out-muscled by Holmes, and Boakye pulls up holding his thigh. Wilkinson plays it to Charlie Watts. Charlie Watts in field to Osborne. Lipsuk, back to French. But referee blows the whistle because Kingsford Boakye is still down in a heap inside the Solihull Moors penalty area. Matty Lowe, the physio, trots on. Okoronkwo jogs forward as well to see what the extent of the damage could be. Everton have got plenty of substitutes warming up over on the far side. And the players take the opportunity just to have another drinks break. Less than 5 minutes to go till half time. He's had precious little luck with regard to injuries, has Kingsford Boakye, since he came to the football club. And he's still walking a little bit gingerly over on the far side. I'm just trying to see if there's any movement on the Everton bench. Paul Tate is certainly giving his players some instructions. They work their way back in to the game with regards to territorial possession, but then just let it slip a little bit in the last 10 or 15 minutes or so, and Braden Graham looks like he is about to come on for the Toffees and replace Kingsford Boakye.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Couldn't they just hang on a bit? You and me, Simon, would just carry on through the pain.
He's a box of tricks. There's Braden Graham. There's not a lot of him, but he's got a low centre of gravity. He's a skillful player. He certainly knows where the back of the net is, as indicated by his 4-goal haul against Tottenham Hotspur last season. And he's on for the very unfortunate Kingsford Boakye. Tamer trying to hold off Stevenson, and the ball comes again. That's a safe gather for George Pickford from the head of Connor Wilkinson. Braden Graham to Bates, back to Braden Graham again. Now then, Justin Clark. Oh, the linesman's flag's going to go up. It was very tight. Clark Julie puts the ball into the back of the net, and well, as I say, I haven't got the benefit of any replays here. There's no monitor in front of me here at Damson Park. But if he was offside, it was quite tight. George Pickford, a couple of minutes to go in this first half. Bowen slides in, but only for the benefit of Braden Graham. Spins away from Lipsup. Can't find Okoronkwo. Away by Patterson. Okoronkwo's underneath it, but Nicholson gets there first. Anyway, will do in these closing couple of minutes. Well, they thought about just throwing it short, but once the imposing figure of Bradley Nicholson appeared, it is back to plan A. Right in front of me here in my commentary position at Damson Park. I'll get a great view of this. And again, Everton win the header, and again Nicholson is left frustrated, and Everton win a free kick. Into the final minutes of the first half. And it looks like the young Toffees will go in at the break in arrears. Tamer sends it forward. Will there be one last chance? Headed in field by George Finney. Cleared by Lipsup. Picked up by Osborne. Back to French. Back in turn to Rory Brown. And he gets a perfectly safe contact on it to clear his lines. Headed forward by Callum McFarlane. Finney wins it. Patterson for Everton. Good break this by Wilkinson. And here he comes again. And this should be the last action of the opening 45 minutes. Again, Nicholson throws his arms in the air and says to his centre forwards, what more do you want me to do? It's been an amusing little side plot that. Nicholson regularly finds the 6-yard box Everton regularly headed away. But there's a bit of work to do for Paul Tate and Peter Gabbana and the under-21 staff at half-time, because Everton are trailing by a 1-0, and on the balance of play, Solihull Moors are the deserved leaders at half-time. Solihull Moors 1, Everton 0.
Thank you, Daz. That half's over. And the sun sets in the north. Go either way this time. Yep. You say it goes straight to penalties on your full time? I'm already planning the D-rig. Okie dokie. Start comms on the walk out again, yeah? Until I was bored. You're doing the Forest Green game tomorrow? give you a cue, guys. I'll turn you on.
Welcome back to Damson Park. 45 minutes to go here. National League Cup Group A opening fixture for both these sides, and it's Solihull Moors who are in the ascendancy at the midway point. Terrific goal from Finlay Holmes separating the two sides. And there's been a change for Solihull. Callum McFarlane is off, and Shazem White-Hall is on. Justin Clark trying to skip his way through. Everton need an improved performance in this second half if they are to get a result from this tie. White-Hall is involved straight away, and to some effect as well, and he picks out Holmes on that right hand side. Holmes, nice bit of footwork, but good tracking back by Braden Graham, and it's a throw in. And what an introduction that nearly was for Shazem White-Hall. And here we go. Less than a minute into the second half, and the most potent weapon in the armoury is going to be put to good use again. Nicholson, in it comes, a little bit short of that one, and again it's headed away, and on this occasion Odin Samuel Smith was impeded as he cleared his lines, and it will be a free kick for the Toffees. Tamer finds George Finney. Off goes Justin Clark on a forward run, screaming for the ball. Finney hits a long ball into the channel, but there's too much pace on it, and Finney acknowledges that fact as the ball drifts behind Harvesley for a goal kick for Solihull Moors.
Yeah, it works every time, doesn't it? Sing colour and moving, that's all we've got to worry about.
Nice header by Stevenson, good shape by White-Hall. Back to Stevenson again. Charlie Watts looking for Holmes, and Braden Graham just gets anything on it. I think it came off his hip as he directed the ball back to his goalkeeper, George Pickford. Feed from tonight's game is reaching out to both clubs, to Everton and to supporters of Solihull Moors. Tamer, good ball, intelligent run as well from Okoronkwo. Nice bit of skill as well from the big centre forward. Plays the ball in field to Braden Graham, who wins a free kick. Nice bit of football that. Good run by Okoronkwo, good pick out by Tamer. Good hold up play by the centre forward, and a nice bit of trickery from Braden Graham wins Everton a free kick in a useful position. Like I mentioned in the first half, it's not the biggest Everton under 21 side I've ever seen. I'd be surprised if either George Finney, Callum Bates or Aled Thomas actually goes for goal here. Will Tamer is forward anyway, just in case. Aled Thomas or Callum Bates. It's going to be Thomas. Good effort into the arms of the goalkeeper. Nice direction, but just lacked a little bit of pace to trouble Rory Brown. Get up the pitch, shouts Terry Connor, the Solihull Moors assistant manager, and Rory Brown obliges with a long hoof forward. Here's Finney. It's getting a bit dark out there at the moment, and there are a couple of floodlights on over on the far side, certainly none on this near side, and I think they'll be needed before too long. The sun has lost its power, but it's still shining right in my face above the forest end here at Damson Park. Now then, Callum Bates. Lovely first touch by Callum Bates. Is it an end product? Well, it took a slight nick off Charlie Watts on the way through, so it's a corner kick. Good little bit of skill that from Callum Bates. Difficult take that, but he got it under control. Isaac Heath makes the angle for himself into the penalty area, headed away by Nicholson, volleyed back by Thomas, didn't quite catch it flush, smacked away by Nicholson. Samuel Smith keeps it in, plays it in field to Patterson. Patterson has lots of time on the ball to have a look and assess his options. Braden Graham makes a run, Patterson looks for him, cleared by Lipsuk. Free kick for the Toffees. Braden Graham caught with a late challenge. Thomas to Isaac Heath. Ball towards Braden Graham. Trying to cushion it back to Heath, but possession is surrendered. It'll be a throw in on the far side for Solihull Moors. And now all the floodlights are on here at Damson Park to just illuminate proceedings a little bit. Here's Graham. Cuts across the middle of the park. Plays a poor ball. Callum Bates tidies up. Justin Clark. He's got Nicholson in front of him. Clark, he's a confident boy. Advances to the edge of the penalty area, but just takes one touch too many. And eventually, Jamie Osborne wins a free kick. All ends in a handshake. A couple of opportunities to get into decent positions as Justin Clark this evening, but just a final touch on the odd occasions let him down. Rory Brown thumps a long ball forward. Tamer heads it away, picked up by Lipsuk. Graham. Justin Clark does well to stop that going out of play. Now then, can he get past Nicholson? Justin Clark inside the penalty area. Good challenge comes in from Nicholson, wins the ball and gets back onto his feet and clears his lines. That'll be a free kick. Tamer got the wrong side. Stevenson came across, just got a touch on the ball, and Tamer got a touch on Stevenson. Lively tempo to the start of this second half. Still only the one goal in it. Everton very much alive, haven't created much in the way of opportunities. Hit the crossbar through Isaac Heath in the first half. Had a header from Alan Thomas that was well saved by Rory Brown, but apart from that, the Solihull Moors goalkeeper hasn't been overly tested, but then nor really has George Pickford. Not much he could do about the goal. Peach of a goal from Finlay Holmes. 1-0 for the Moors. Lipsuk. Good head on by Wilkinson. That'll be a goal kick for Everton. Nice dummy by Braden Graham. Picked up by Isaac Heath. Heath plays it wide to Justin Clark.
No.
Offside. Didn't need to be, Justin. Really didn't need to be. And that was an opportunity. And it's more frustration for Paul Tate and Peter Gavanna. Good headed away by Tamer. Back by Osborne. Headed away by Samuel Smith. And that's games like tonight are what this competition is all about. It's been a challenging night at times for the young Blues. For instance, they don't get many Bradley Nicholsons up against them at under 21 level. Headed away again by Samuel Smith. Charlie Watts tries to chip it back into the danger zone. Gets it all wrong, and George Pickford is happy to let it just bounce out of play for an Everton goal kick. Braden Graham miscontrols it. Solihull win it back. Bowen finds Stevenson. Back towards Bowen, but Graham has the tenacity and the wherewithal to win it back. Samuel Smith down that left-hand side, looking for Isaac Heath, and again the pass is just overhit. Nicholson doesn't take a chance. His goalkeeper was steaming out, but Nicholson couldn't afford to take a chance. He's made a bit of a mess of the clearance, has he? He's conceded a corner over on the far side. George Finney trots across from the right-hand side to the left to take this corner. Everybody in a yellow jersey in and around his own penalty area at the forest end of Damson Park. It's a deep one from Finney. Tamer again heads it back across goal. And that could have gone anywhere. And instead it goes into the little training pitch away to our right-hand side. And as far as Solihull Moors are concerned, the danger has passed for now. And they still lead by a 0-0, and Matty Taylor is about to make another change. Connor Wilkinson is going to be replaced by Oliver Tipton. Yeah. Solihull Moors number 16, 21 years of age, former Wolverhampton Wanderers youth player. And a warm applause for Connor Wilkinson as he departs the pitch. His race is run, and Paul Tate is shortly about to make some changes as well. got 3 substitutes actually coming off the bench as Paul Tate, as he attempts to try and rescue something from this game. Josh Van Schuur, George Morgan and Jacob Bowman-Clark are poised to enter the fray. Alan Thomas is off for sure. Isaac Heath is making way as well. And so is Justin Clark. Heath and Clark haven't been able to impose themselves on this game. It's been a tough night for the 2 young players. So Josh Van Schuur is on. George Morgan is on. And so is Jacob Bowman-Clark. And George Morgan will lead the line by himself. Here's Van Schuur. Signed a new deal with Everton in the summer. Everton playing a risky game here. Pickford towards Finney. That's a foul. Finney just got there before Charlie Watts. And Charlie Watts' momentum took him into the young Everton full-back. And that was probably as good as they could have got for Everton, because they were playing a risky game there. Playing out from the back when there really wasn't that much space in which to do so. Will Tamer. Looking towards Morgan. Nicholson heads it into the air. Braden Graham climbs, but Osborne wins it. And Osborne is absolutely furious with the referee. He thought it was a foul against Braden Graham. Okay. Jamie Osborne then gave the referee an absolute rocket. Still going on, and eventually the referee has had enough, and Jamie Osborne has talked himself into a yellow card. Well, he had a right go. Braden Graham had every right to challenge for the ball, and Osborne is now making his way to the side of the pitch. So not the best 60 seconds of the night for Jamie Osborne. Didn't get the free kick he wanted. Got a yellow card that he didn't want, and he's still chipping away now at the 4th official on the far side. He's not happy at all, but his night is over, and he's replaced by James Clark, who was born in Birkenhead. Nicholson throws the ball into the penalty area. Again it's headed away. Again he throws his arms out wide in frustration, does Nicholson. Charlie Watts, calm as you like, takes on Braden Graham, spreads a nice ball wide towards Nicholson, who wins the header. Whitehall can't get there. It's picked up by Oliver Tipton. Here's Bowen, wide to Nicholson again. 61.5 minutes on the clock. It's a good ball in, it's a good header, and it wasn't too far away. Good football from Solihull Moors. Nice crossing from the right hand side by Nicholson. Decent header by the substitute Jem Whitehall, and it wasn't far away. Now then, here's George Morgan. Touches it back to Bowman-Clark. Infield to Callum Bates. There's more goals in this game. Good ball from Patterson. Well-timed run from Bowman-Clark. Now, can he produce something? Bowman-Clark brings it in field, left foot shot. Didn't get the power he wanted, and it's quite a comfortable low save to his right-hand side by Rory Brown. But he's a lively customer, Jacob Bowman-Clark. Got an eye for a goal as well. It's another long kick by Brown. It doesn't half put opposition teams under pressure. Whitehall, infield to Lipsick. That will be a corner kick. Oliver Tipton will take it. And it comes from Tipton. George Finney just got the slightest of touches on that. But Tipton will get a second opportunity to put the ball into the Everton penalty area. Referee just spots a little bit of the usual pushing and shoving inside the penalty area that precedes most corner kicks these days. Tipton swings the ball in, decent power on it, good headed away by Samuel Smith, and Tipton will get a third bite at the cherry. Decent corners these, he's got a bit of whip and a bit of pace on them, has Oliver Tipton, but thus far Everton have defended them very, very well. In comes corner number 3, a little bit higher this one, Tamer heads it away. Decent effort that from Finlay Holmes. He's already scored one good goal, that would have been an even better goal, it would have eclipsed his first half effort. But credit to Everton, who have defended these wide position balls into the penalty area really, really well. Tamer, Odin, Samuel Smith haven't lost much in the air this evening. Bowen, Whitehall, Patterson wins it, but then plays a very sloppy ball. Watts, nice turn. Stevenson, still going. That's the shot all wrong. It's over the Jerome's stand. No trouble whatsoever to George Pickford. Bit of unnecessary abuse for George Pickford coming from the home fans. Callum Bates to Samuel Smith and Shaw. Callum Bates, Tamer, Patterson. George Finney thought about making a positive forward run on this near side, then opted against it. Patterson driving forward. Beaumont Clark back to Tamer. Field to Patterson again. Always looking for the ball. Jack Patterson. He can play one or two poor passes, but he'll still look for the ball. Mark of a good team player. This boy can play, by the way. Finlay Holmes slides it wide. Lipshook, shooting chance for Tipton, and it's another one for the groundsman to run after. Both sides still going for it, aren't they? 24 minutes on the clock to go. Damson Park. By the way, if Everton do fashion an equaliser and the game ends all square as Braden Graham chases one down, it will go to penalty kicks. It's the rules of the competition. In the event of the scores being level at full time, the winners of the tie will be decided by the taking of kicks from the penalty mark. And the team that wins on penalties will get 2 points from the contest. The loser, having had a draw in 90 minutes, will get 1. Callum Bates. Can Everton fashion an equaliser? And then maybe even a winner. Can Solihull Moors double their advantage and see the tie out? Still very much alive, still in the melting pot here. Mansour. Holmes. Looking for Whitehall. You throw in. Callum Bates. Patterson. Good flick by Graham, picked up by Van Shaw, infield towards Morgan. Morgan lays it off for Braden Graham. Nice move from Everton. Foot in from James Clark. But that was a nice, swift bit of football from Everton. Here's Samuel Smith. Can the Blues keep the yellows on the back foot? Will Tamer. Back to Samuel Smith. Patterson, little dink forward to Okoronkwo. Callum Bates, little clip back to Okoronkwo. Chance for Everton. It's blocked. Could have gone anywhere. And Solihull can bring it away. And off goes Whitehall. He's quick, but he's not that quick. And it's a poor ball anyway from the Wales under-21 player Sam Bowen. Okoronkwo trying to arc his run. He wasn't going to get the ball anyway. Good header, Will Tamer. Bowen again. Tipton's attempted pass intercepted by Beaumont Clark. Finney threads it through to Morgan. Morgan firmly back to Beaumont Clark. Samuel Smith. Patterson. Good ball. Chased down by Morgan. He's got Beaumont Clark in support. Beaumont Clark screaming for it. Gets it. He can't get past Charlie Watts and he fouls Charlie Watts. Disappointing again from Everton. And there'll be another change for Matty Taylor's Solihull Moors. Big Tyler French is making way. And Cian Riley, 20-year-old defender, is coming on. He's had several loan spells in local non-league football to further his development. Cian Riley. Rory Brown sends it forward. Tamer wins another header. Headed on by Okoronkwo. Nicholson all the way back to Rory Brown. Tipton. Straight out of play. Less than 20 minutes remaining here. Solihull Moors 1, Everton 0. Finlay Holmes' goal still separating the two sides. As Tipton heads that one away. Early touch for Riley. Picked up by Bowen. Callum Bates gets a touch, but it favours Stevenson. Back to Bowen again. Good ball, Stevenson. Cian Riley. Back to Bowen again. Fancies it. Decent shot, good save. Parried it first for safety, George Pickford. It was well struck by Sam Bowen, straight at the goalkeeper. Bit of movement as it headed towards him. Josh Van Shaw. Samuel Smith to Tamer. Good ball, Patterson. Nice pirouette and turn by Braden Graham. And a foul conceded by Finlay Holmes. But not to be taken with such haste, unfortunately, for Everton. But there's still a chance for Patterson to put the ball inside the penalty area. Will Tamer makes his way forward. He has been outstanding in the air this evening. Thoroughly worthy recipient of the captain's armband tonight, big Will Tamer. Led by example. And there's still life in this game for Everton. No question about that. Free kick. And it comes from Finney. Out goes Samuel Smith. Gets ahead on it. Cleared by Watts. And then eventually volleyed high into the air. Patterson. Morgan. Bates. Finney wide to Beaumont Clark. Morgan. Charlie Watts is a busy little player, Charlie Watts. That rolled out of play. And it'll be a throw in for Everton. Finney takes it quickly and finds Patterson. Patterson steadies himself. Then he looks for Okoronkwo. Volleyed away though by Clark. Picked up by Tamer. Bit of pressure from Everton here. Solihull Moors soaking it up quite comfortably thus far. And again headed away by Nicholson. Callum Bates scrapping away. Does really well to come out with the ball. Nice little flick by Morgan. Here's a chance for Braden Graham. Still a chance for Braden Graham. And he tucks it away. And Everton are level. Well, for sheer persistence, he deserved that. Everton just having a good little spell of possession. And Braden Graham fires the Blues level. And we are one apiece with 15 minutes to go. And here at Solihull Moors, it is very much game on. Worked it well then, the young Blues. Braden Graham knows where the back of the net is. And we are at parity again here. Well, they've stuck at it, as they do. This side, managed by Paul Tate. They do stick at it. They're a game bunch. Ooh, Whitehall and Odin Samuel Smith. I think that was 6-1, half a dozen of the other. I think there was a bit of a collision. They got entangled in each other's feet, and it was Whitehall who went down. And the referee, Mr. Ely, waved play on. A vocal bunch behind the goal away to my left in the Jerome stand. Mr. Ely's turn to suffer the wrath of the Solihull supporters. George Finney. It's a good ball. Morgan, so is that. Jacob Beaumont Clark. This is more like it. Beaumont Clark skips infield, clips it to the back stick, headed away. Can't get the loose ball. In fact, Jacob Beaumont Clark was a little bit too keen and fouled Cian Riley. Rory Brown sends it forward, but can't keep it on the island. It'll be a throw-in for Everton. And with 12.5 minutes plus added time remaining in this National League Cup tie Group A game, it is very much in the melting pot. And we're 12.5 minutes away, plus added time from penalty shootout. Charlie Watts looking for Whitehall, but Callum Bates gets there. Plays it back to Jordan Pickford, and Jordan Pickford miscontrols it. It was played with pace by Callum Bates. And Jordan Pickford miscontrolled it, and it's a corner kick, and it's a test for George Pickford. He won't have played in games too often where he's getting a little bit of abuse from fans behind the goal. It's all part and parcel of it. His namesake Jordan Pickford, of course, absolutely loves that type of thing. Something that George has got to learn to deal with. In comes the corner kick, headed away. Finlay Holmes keeps it alive with a little dink into the penalty area, and it's a good safe catch by George Pickford. I think the referee could have just left that for a couple of seconds and played an advantage. A few tired legs out there. It's been a tough evening. It always is when young players play against experienced men. The National League, very, very strong league. Effectively a 5th division, isn't it really? Finney, Callum Bates, Odin Samuel Smith. Tamer takes it in his stride. That's a foul, is it? No. Good challenge from Stevenson. Sam Bowen picks it up for Solihull Moors. Plays it to the feet of Riley. Tipton. Patterson covers a lot of ground to win the challenge, and then has the presence of mind to win a throw in as well. 9.5 minutes to go. Are we going to get a grandstand finish from either side here? Solihull Moors 1, Everton 1. Morgan. Just outnumbered. Riley can't control it. Finney takes it off him. Samuel Smith. Nicholson just gets ahead to it. Charlie Watts completes the clearance. Good play by Patterson. Patterson carries the ball forward, then he checks, plays it wide to Beaumont Clark. George Finney scampering forward. Beaumont Clark goes for goal himself, and Finney will let it ride out of play for a corner kick for Everton in the 82nd minute of the game. And Finlay Holmes, I think, has got a touch of cramp inside the penalty area, and that's the cue for the Solihull Moors physio to trot onto the field of play. One or two of the Everton players taking a water break. Time ebbing away here. Still a most pleasant evening in Solihull. And still, Finlay Holmes is being treated inside the Solihull Moors penalty area. It was his goal that gave the National League side a first half lead. And then Brayden Graham was yet again the Johnny on the spot for Everton under 21s to tuck away a neat finish and restore parity. at Dowson Park. Holmes, thankfully, is on his feet. Good little player, someone to keep an eye on. But he will, of course, have to leave the field of play for the requisite 30 seconds, having been treated on the field by the physio. And Solihull Moors have got some defending to do here to keep Everton at bay. Okoronkwo waits, Samuel Smith waits, so does Tamer, George Morgan. In it comes from Finney, it's dinked into the penalty area and it's too easy for the goalkeeper. And he bowls it out on the far side to Nicholson, stopped in his tracks by Jack Patterson. Tiny little intervention. And we are now in the 85th minute of the game. Patterson digs out the clearance. Morgan, that's a good header to Jacob Beaumont-Clark. Way goes down this left-hand side. Beaumont-Clark has the ball at his feet. Finney in support. Finds Finney. Back to Bates. Wide to Odin Samuels-Smith. Patterson. Nice turn by Graham. Oh, he's unlucky. Just run out of grass. I'm sure all these young boys are as excited as all the Evertonians at today's news. Breaking from Finch Farm. The season-long loan deal that has brought Jack Grealish to Everton. Some of these lads along the way will get the opportunity to train with the first team, I'm sure, as the season progresses. Here's Samuel Smith. Still up for grabs this game. Wouldn't surprise me if there's a late winner at either end. Finney looking for Morgan. Can't pick it up. Back to the goalkeeper. That's a heavy one, but Brown again gets a good connection. Decent enough anyway. Reaches the halfway line. His kicking's been good tonight, Rory Brown. Josh Van Shaw will take the throw in. Samuel Smith, 87 minutes on the clock. Be some added time for that treatment we had a few moments ago to Finley Holmes. And also for the plethora of second half substitutions that we've had from both sides. Nicholson, long ball looking for Whitehall, and that'll be a free kick. Just drags down Odin Samuel Smith. Easy decision for the referee to make. And it's at this stage of the game where the potential penalty takers will be looking at the clock and probably hoping that their team can fashion a winner. Finney, back to Will Tamer. Samuel Smith. Goes all the way through to the goalkeeper. Good chase down by Morgan, but he commits a foul at the end of it. A minute and a half to go. This is going all the way through to penalty kicks. Good header by Samuel Smith. Him and Taman have been absolutely outstanding tonight. Callum Bates. Fourth official over on the far side has the board. What are we saying, 3 or 4? Taman. To Callum Bates. Wide to Finney. Patterson, nice first hand ball to Okoronkwo. Okoronkwo, Graham with a chance. What a lovely finish to surely win it for Everton. Braden Graham with the sweetest of dinks over the goalkeeper right at the death has surely won it for Everton. It's a lovely finish. It was another well worked goal. There'll be 5 minutes of added time. So maybe we're counting our chickens from an Everton perspective, but it was a lovely little finish, and if that does win the game, then it's a goal worthy of sealing 3 National League Cup points for Everton under-21s. Really well worked, swift, accurate, crisp passing, and the loveliest of finishes from a very confident young man who has come off the bench to make his mark, hasn't he just?
Yeah, a bit of injury to add. I don't know how much of the session. 5 minutes extra. 5 minutes.
Solihull Moors 1, Everton 2. Well, the Blues needed a turnaround, and they've certainly got one. But let me tell you, this game is not over yet. Good challenge by Patterson. Nicholson clips it forward. Taman heads it away. Throw in for Solihull Moors. Nicholson doesn't launch one. Throws it in field to Clark. Clark to Tipton. Tipton plays it wide. Then he gets it back again. In field to Clark. Nicholson. No way forward. Good shape from Everton. That's not a bad ball, is it? Neither's that. Lipshook crossed into the penalty area. Whitehall just over the crossbar. Nice bit of football from Solihull Moors, and I told you, this game is not finished yet. Sure, good header. Braden Graham touches it to Okoronkwo. Okoronkwo back to Braden Graham. Just couldn't quite take it with him. Charlie Watts brings it away. Pings it to Riley. Riley's fouled by an over-eager Callum Bates. He's had a good second half, Callum Bates. He's grown into this game. Just over a couple of minutes for Everton to see this out. Just over a couple of minutes for Solihull Moors to grab a leveller and take the game to penalty kicks. Patterson was the meat and the sandwich there, and I think he had every right to look at the referee quizzingly. But it's a throw-in, and you-know-who is about to do you-know-what. Everybody back for Everton. The Blues have defended these long throw-ins magnificently well all evening. Nicholson, in it comes again with everything he's got. Cleared again. Headed away by Graham. Headed back in by Watts. Powered away by Finney, who's fouled in the process. Really good brave header from George Finney. There really is a thou shalt not pass defensive attitude about this young Everton side, and having stuck at it, they found themselves a minute or so away from a really fine win against an experienced, good National League team. George Pickford lashes it forward. Nicholson heads it away. In goes Van Shaw. In goes Odin Samuel Smith. Okoronkwo. This is Van Shaw. Samuel Smith again sends it forward. Beaumont Clark can't win it, but the ball goes through to Rory Brown. Time nearly up here at Solihull Moors. Everton leading by 2-1. Taman goes up, heads it away. Beaumont Clark just lofts it forward, and anywhere it'll do. Ball forward from Beaumont Clark. Rory Brown will just send it right back down the Everton throat again. Taman's underneath it again. Brilliant header again. Good play. Here's Braden Graham. He's on his own. He's on a hat-trick, but he can't get past Nicholson. Good turn by Clark. Nice play. Sam Bowen pings it wide towards Kean Riley, but he puts too much pace on the pass. And the 5 minutes of added time are up on the clock away to my left. George Finney will take his time to retrieve the ball and take the throw in. Needs somebody to get a little bit closer to him. Finney takes as long as he can, then he launches it forward. Watts wins the header, reaches Oliver Tipton. Referee hasn't checked his watch yet. Tipton chips it forward. Strange volley by Callum Bates, but Whitehall is struggling with a bit of an injury. He couldn't really react to try and get possession. He's gone down again, has Sejem Whitehall, but he gets up because he knows there's only seconds to go, and there is the full-time whistle, and it was a good game of football. Solihull Moors led at half-time by 1-0, but Braden Graham came off the bench to turn things around for Everton. A neat finish to make it 1-1. Then a lovely little dink over the keeper for the winning goal, and Everton are off to a flyer in the National League Cup. Solihull Moors move on to Sutton United at the weekend. Final score at Damson Park: Solihull Moors 1, Everton 2.
Cheers, Jim. Nice to see you, lad. All the best, mate. And did you be looking over?